when you get up in front of people to present for the first time, and you see all the people looking back at you, and you start thinking about all the things you're supposed to do, and all the stuff that you've got to present, and all the pressure there is to just deliver to this audience, then it can kind of freak you out. And if you ever felt like that, then you know how I felt. You ever feel like that in front of an audience, Pratik? That you're a little nervous and scared? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Every now and then? Okay, yeah. Well, that's where I was many years ago, and I thought, I need to get a teacher. Teacher, right, was help become better at these things. So I asked around, my friend said, okay, I need a teacher. Who should I go to? And somebody said, hey, Tim, I got this guy who's been good for my career. He's been helping me out. Yeah, go to him. I said, okay, I'll try him out. So we set up a time to meet at Starbucks. Got there. And we sat down. The guy I'll call Mr. Mentor. And he was a tall guy. And we sat down and I said, Tim, how can I help you out? He said, well, Mr. Mentor, when I get up in front of an audience, I feel a little anxiety. I said, yeah, Tim, that's pretty common. When did this start? How did you get this anxiety? So I thought about it. And I realized that many years ago, I've been standing in front of people giving an oral book report when I was a kid. Problem was, I hadn't read the book. So I just kind of stood up there and kind of made up stuff until it just started sounding really stupid even to me. And it just kind of went downhill from there. And then the class started laughing, and then I just kind of froze and just kind of stared at them, and they just kept laughing. And it was just the most horrible experience of my life. And said, well, Mr. Mentor, there was this time that I was in front of a class and I was giving this book report and I kind of freaked out about it. I said, yeah, Tim, that can happen, you know. It's going to take a while to get over that. But I'll tell you what, remember when the audience starts to do that, when you feel nervous, remember the audience wants you to succeed. Can you remember that? I said, yeah, Mr. Mentor, I can remember that. So next time I got up in front of an audience, I saw all the people staring out at me. I looked at them and I immediately thought about that time when I was giving an oral book report and all the people were laughing at me and I didn't know what to say and I got completely freaked out. And the more I looked at it, the more I thought, you know, this audience may want me to succeed, but it's not going to happen because I'm going down. I'm going down in flames. I'm going down in flames right now. And it was a horrible experience. And they applauded when I got off the stage and they kept applauding. They applauded when I sat down in the chair, just to make sure I would get back up again. So this is not working out. So he set up another meeting to meet at Starbucks. Mr. Mentor, you know, that's not working. I said, well, Sid, sorry about that, but if you want me to use me again, let me know. Yeah, I'll let you know about that. Don't call me. So I asked around again. I needed a teacher. So somebody else said, hey, Tim, there's this guy who's a speech coach. He helped me a lot. Maybe he can help you. I said, yeah, well, maybe. So set up a meeting to get me to this guy at Starbucks. We met at Starbucks. The guy said, he's a shorter guy. Called Mr. Coach. I said, well, Tim, how can I help you out? He said, well, Mr. Coach, when I get up in front of an audience, I get a little nervous. I get a little anxious there. Well, Tim, this is what you do. So when you get up in front of an audience, keep your hands at your side. Look people in the eye and use the word you as much as you can. Can you do that? I said, yeah, I can. So the next time I got up in front of an audience, kept my hands down, looked people in the eye. And I used the word you as much as I could. And after I gave the speech, I felt fantastic. Wow! Got another meeting at Starbucks. Said, Mr. Coach, how the heck did you do this? It's fantastic. I had this guy, Mr. Mentor. Wait a minute, Tim. Mr. Mentor. Mentors are for long-term problems. This is for a short-term problem. It's for coaching. Short coach for short-term. And he's explained more about that if you don't know. The thing is, if you've got a long-term problem, like a career, you want to go deep. You want to figure out all these things in the background. And it'll take years and years. You got 3-year, 5-year plans. You know what I'm talking about, Pratik. But if you want to coaching, most likely you want something probably going to happen in a week or a day or a month. Some people like the next day, depending upon who they are. When people call you, hey, can I coach you now? What your speech? Next day, like, well, we'll do what we can. But it's short term. So it's not going to work for trying long-term things. So just short term, you need these things to do to get better. So once I realized that, I just started using, okay, I'm going to start using mentors, I guess, in my career or long-term, and coaches for the short term. And after that, I got the training I needed. I improved better, faster, quicker, because I was getting the right training at the right time from the right person. And you do the same thing too. Just take a look at your problem. You need a teacher, great, but make sure you need a mentor or a coach. If you've got a long-term problem like a career, or something you think is going to take a long term to build up, that you're really going to take years, get a mentor. They'll stay with you the long term, exactly what you need. But you got a short-term problem, something coming up next week or next month, or even a year could be even a short-term problem. But then get a coach. Someone's going to help you and step you through it. These are exactly what you need to do. Follow those steps, and you will become better. So remember, mentor for the long term, coach for the short term.